if you were thinking about launching your first course, you're like, man, I'm working this 9-to-5 job, I'm a corporate professional, I have all of this experience in my head, hold your horses, right? Do not launch a course before watching this video. And so with that, let's get into it. Hey, CourtneyLSanders here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to me, I'm a full-time certified 7-figure life and business coach, as well as wife and mom. I wear all the hats and do all the things. And I feel like because I've done all the things, people think that they should do the things that I've done first, but not necessarily in the order that I did them. That's kind of a tongue twister. What am I talking about? Well, sometimes people see the courses that I have or anything, retreats, whatever, and they're like, man, I'm gonna do that first. And they don't necessarily understand, one, the order in which I did things, but also the order that I would recommend you do things now in 2024, because the coaching industry has changed and things are a little different. So particularly when it comes to whether or not you should do a course or you should do a coaching program first, I find that a lot of people have it backwards. So if you were thinking about launching your first course, you're like, man, I'm working this 9-to-5 job, I'm a corporate professional, I have all of this experience in my head, and I want to transition out of corporate, and I'm thinking the best way to do this is with a course, because then I can create passive income and I can package my knowledge and all the things. Hold your horses, right? Do not launch a course before watching this video. And so with that, let's get into it. So the crux of this video is, if you are just getting started and you do not have a platform or an audience, my strong recommendation is that you should not focus on creating a course first. You should focus on creating a coaching program first. And there's a variety of reasons for that, which I'm getting ready to get into. The first of which is that it's actually quite difficult to sell a course if you do not yet have a platform. So I say this because many people might look at someone like me who has an audience on social media, or look at others and they're like, oh wow, they have courses and it seems so cool and easy, and people just go on their website and buy a course and they don't have to do anything, and it's like, passive income, right? And they think that that's what they need to do, not recognizing that the key difference is that we have platforms, right? And these platforms took years to build to the place where, yes, I can have courses on my website and they might sell passively, but not even as passively as you think. I mean, honestly, to sell anything digitally online in this online digital economy requires some level of effort. So I think passive income is a bit of a myth, which we'll talk about in just a moment, but you don't necessarily need a platform in order to sell coaching. I know most people think they need this huge audience before they're like worthy to sell coaching, which is not true at all. You can sell coaching basically right now. I bet you there are people in your network that you might not even realize are interested in what you have to offer. They don't need to see your website. They don't need, some big platform or whatever. It's just a matter of you getting connected with the people who would be interested in what you have to offer, and then simply selling your coaching. And so I know it's hard to believe, but coaching is actually easier to sell than courses. So let's talk about why coaching is easier to sell than a course. Well, part of the reason why coaching is easier to sell than a course, at least initially and before you have a platform, is because at the end of the day, people don't want coaching or courses, right? They want a result. They want a transformation. And people intuitively know that if there's a particular result that they are looking to get, they are more likely to get it if they work with someone who's gonna coach with them and, essentially do it with them, than if they do it on their own. I mean, think about classic coaching, weight loss coaching or health coaching or something like that. Would you rather a course that's gonna teach you, how to eat and what you need to do to work out? Or would you actually rather work with a coach who's gonna guide you and be there every step of the way and give you feedback? Most people would choose the latter, exactly. And so this is really a benefit for you, because you actually can earn more with coaching than you can with courses. I mean, there's some pretty high ticket courses that you can sell, but again, you're gonna need a platform and different things to do that. However, but depending on the result and your ability to get in front of your target market, you don't necessarily need a huge platform, and you can go ahead and sell that coaching and people will buy it because they're like, hey, I'm really looking for the result, and they perceive that coaching is gonna get them the result a lot faster than a course will. But another reason that coaching is often easier to sell than courses is because coaching often gets your clients better results faster, which gives you testimonials. And from those testimonials and those client case studies, you can then sell your coaching over and over again. Where if you first come out with a course and you don't have any other case studies or testimonials to your name, let alone, a large large platform, you'll find that your clients may not get the results or may not get the results as quickly because, again, a course is do it on your own, it's self-paced, and people may not follow the instructions. I mean, how many courses have you downloaded where you started to go through it and then you didn't finish it, or you didn't do it exactly the way that the person outlined? Because there's a lot of freedom and liberty for people to kind of go at the pace that they want and kind of do their own thing. You can't really control the experience and making sure that they do things in the order that they need to do it in order to get the results. So you would have put all of your knowledge and all this work into a course, and then people don't get the results, and then you don't get those testimonials, and it's difficult to sell your course, even though your course might be great, because people aren't getting the results. Where when you have coaching, it's a lot easier to guide people on what they need to do in the time frame that they need to do it, and so you're a lot more likely to get those testimonials, which makes it that much easier to sell your coaching. All right, I have a lot more where that came from, but first I want to hear from you. Are you thinking about selling a course? Share in the comments below. All right, and the next reason why I really recommend going after a coaching program first versus a course is because you actually don't know what to put into a course until you've done a coaching program. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but oftentimes we want to create a course based on our knowledge and like, oh, well, this is what I did and this is the process that I took to get a particular result. But that doesn't mean that other people who are not you would take the same path. You want to start with that, and you can start with a coaching program that's based on your particular path. But over time, after working with a lot of clients, you're going to see what works, what doesn't work, what people struggle with that maybe you didn't struggle with, how you need to adjust the pathway that you were taking people through. And it's only, again, working with people kind of one-on-one and certainly in a group setting that you then get enough information to say, okay, this is what I need to teach in a course. And so honestly, I find that a lot of people are creating courses prematurely. They're creating them based on just their experience, but not really the experience of the clients who have tried to mimic their experience, right? There's a difference. And so you won't know if people are having challenges unless you're doing the coaching first. So again, you do the coaching, you get enough clients through that program, you see kind of like what it takes. Then from there, if you want to, you can create a course, but I really find that coaching should come first. All right, the next reason why I really recommend starting with a coaching program first rather than a course is because this idea that, you're gonna make all this passive income, quite frankly, passive income only comes after years of massive active income. And this has definitely been the case for me in my courses. I mean, I had to build my audience and get a track record and, get some client successes and results and, a lot of active promoting myself and building my brand before I did get to a level where I was able to sell courses, quote unquote, passively. But even this selling them passively isn't so passive. I mean, it might be passive in terms of how the person buys. Like, oh yeah, it's nice to think that you have a course on your website and someone buys it, but you don't realize how much active work is still required to even make your brand visible enough where that happens. And so I'll say, even though yes, I have courses that sell quote unquote passively, is it really passive when I'm sitting here and doing these YouTube videos? Is it really passive when, I might be promoting myself on Instagram or running ads or speaking at events or writing LinkedIn articles? I mean, there's a lot of different things that I do, a lot of content that I put out, a lot of places that I make sure that I am visible and that I am known just to keep my business top of mind, and none of that is passive. And so, yeah, it might result in passive sales on the back end, but what was required to get those passive sales was a lot of activity, right? And so really this passive income that you think you're getting is ultimately active income. And so my thing is, if you have to do the activities anyway, you might as well get paid as much as you can for them. And again, your coaching, you're gonna be able to sell for a lot more than your courses. In fact, people don't often understand the price that goes into being able to create content and run a business. I mean, if you're running ads, obviously there's a cost associated with the ads, but even if you're trying to do everything organically and you just wanna create content on YouTube or write LinkedIn articles or what have you, there's still a cost with content creation. I mean, creating these videos is not free, right? My video editor doesn't work for free. This equipment and these different things are not free, right? Eventually, as you do this, you might wanna have virtual assistants who help you manage your social media. None of that stuff is free. And so free content still has a cost to you as a business owner. And so if you're spending all this money and this time creating this content only to be able to sell for relatively lower prices because you're selling a course, you could be using all of that content and all of that marketing and all of that advertising to sell a coaching program that you can charge a lot more for. And so this is where, as a business, we have to get out of just hitting revenue numbers and start thinking about profit numbers and that margin. And so I find that your coaching programs are going to give you a lot more profit because, again, you can charge more for them, but it requires the same level of activity and marketing and advertising that it also takes in order to sell a course. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it gave you food for thought when it comes to starting starting with a course versus starting with a coaching program. If you are the person I was talking about, you're working in corporate America, you have a lot of experience and a variety of expertise, and you're like, well, I was gonna package it into a course, but now you're talking me out of it. How about I talk you into taking my free masterclass, yes, it's completely free, called How to Go From Corporate Leader to Lucrative Coach. This is actually a brand new 45-minute training that I just recorded not too long ago that you can check out. You don't have to wait for anything. You can just, enter in your name and email address and we'll send the video right to you. And it walks you through this process of if you are looking to take your expertise, and leave corporate America, but you're not sure how to do that. You thought maybe you'd do a course, but now you're like, okay, I'm open to doing a coaching program, but I'm not sure how all of that works. Trust me, you wanna watch this masterclass. I mean, I literally break it down. I even answer the question of how you promote yourself without, jeopardizing your job. I mean, I talk about all of that. It's a really, really in-depth, really great masterclass training. It's brand new. Again, go ahead and click the link below in order to sign up for that, and we'll deliver that to your inbox right away. All right, thanks so much for watching this video. If you loved it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you can't wait for my next YouTube video, make sure you're subscribed to my podcast, The Courtney Sanders Show, on both iTunes and Spotify. And if you can't wait for my next podcast episode or my next YouTube video, make sure you're following me on both LinkedIn and Instagram. I'm obviously CourtneyLSanders on LinkedIn, and my username is CourtneyLSanders on Instagram. I only have one account on both, so make sure you don't follow an imposter, follow the real me. But go ahead and send me an in message on LinkedIn, or you can send me a DM on Instagram. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.